The leading Dutch Golden Age painters, Aelbert Jacob Cuyp. Aelbert was the only son of the painter Jacob Cuyp and became the most prominent representative of the Cuyp family of painters in Dordrecht, to which Jacob's half-brother, Benjamin Cuyp, also belonged. Aelbert was certainly instructed by his father, but there is no record of him receiving training from an external teacher or entering a local painters' guild. Initially, Aelbert collaborated on his father's paintings, mainly contributing landscape backgrounds to some family portraits. Around 1642, he embarked on his first significant journey through Holland and along the Rhine. His second trip in 1652 took him again along the Rhine and Waal to Renijn and Nijmegen, then further to Cleve, Elton, and Emmerich. On both journeys, he made numerous drawings that later formed the basis of many of his landscape paintings. The Aelbert Cuyp Street and the Aelbert Cuyp Market in Amsterdam are named after him. Aelbert's early landscapes clearly bear the influence of Jan van Goyen, Solomon van Ruysdael, and Herman Safeden II, although he rendered light slightly brighter and more contrasting and emphasized figures like cattle, shepherds, and fishermen. He likely had personal contact with Van Goyen during the latter's repeated visits to Dordrecht. Among Cuyp's most celebrated paintings is The Mass at Dordrecht, a masterpiece that epitomizes the artist's ability to capture the serene beauty of the Dutch landscape. Set against the tranquil waters of the Maas River, the painting bathes the scene in a soft golden light, suffusing the landscape with a sense of warmth and tranquility. The gently rolling hills dotted with grazing cattle and quaint farmhouses evoke a sense of pastoral idyll, inviting viewers to lose themselves in the peaceful rhythms of rural life. Another iconic work by Cuyp is Herdsman with Cows by a River, a luminous depiction of pastoral tranquility that showcases the artist's mastery of light and color. Against a backdrop of verdant meadows and meandering rivers, the figures of herdsmen tending to their cattle exude a sense of quiet contentment, their silhouettes bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun. Cuyp's skillful rendering of light and shadow imbues the scene with a palpable sense of atmosphere, evoking the timeless beauty of the Dutch countryside. In addition to his pastoral scenes, Cuyp was also renowned for his exquisite portraits, which captured the essence of his subjects with remarkable clarity and sensitivity. One of his most famous portraits is Portrait of a Young Woman on Horseback, a captivating study of grace and elegance that exemplifies Cuyp's ability to capture the inner spirit of his subjects. Against a backdrop of sweeping landscapes, the young woman sits astride her horse with effortless poise, her gaze fixed on some distant point beyond the frame. Cuyp's sensitive portrayal of the young woman's features and demeanor imbues the painting with a sense of intimacy and depth, inviting viewers to ponder the mysteries of her inner world. Beyond his mastery of landscape and portraiture, Cuyp's oeuvre also encompassed a wide range of subjects, including mythological scenes, biblical narratives, and historical events. One of his most iconic works in this genre is The Calvary Battle, a dramatic depiction of a tumultuous battle scene that showcases Cuyp's skills at capturing the energy and movement of the human form in action. Against a backdrop of swirling dust and billowing smoke, the figures of horsemen and soldiers clash in a frenetic dance of death and destruction, their faces contorted in expressions of rage and determination. Cuyp's dynamic composition and bold brushwork imbue the scene with a sense of urgency and drama, transporting viewers to the heart of the battlefield. Around 1645, the subdued atmosphere of his landscape depictions transitioned to sun-drenched images characterized by stronger light that brought out richer colors. This transformation was largely influenced by Jan Both, who returned from Italy to Utrecht in 1641 and cultivated a Mediterranean-inspired landscape art heavily influenced by Claude Lorraine in his paintings. Aelbert may have met Jan Both during his first trip to Holland, which also took him to Utrecht. However, he rarely used typical Italian motifs such as ruins or rocky landscapes. Instead, he bathed local river landscapes in the golden Mediterranean light of late afternoon or evening, achieving a harmony in which the representational form appears determined by light and atmosphere, yet can assert itself vigorously against earlier tendencies toward dissolution of form. With this style, Aelbert Cuyp reached a pinnacle in the development of Dutch landscape painting. In addition to Albert's typical depictions of cows dominating the scene with shepherds or various still lifes, his later works feature numerous Esquerian scenes, often set against Dutch river landscapes, as well as some Esquerian portraits such as those of Peter de Rouvrier Michel and Cornelius Pompey van Mortervoort, with their riding instructor and coachman. However, Albert's most famous paintings are probably the depictions of his hometown, Dordrecht, from different perspectives, as well as various views of the city of Nijmegen, particularly the medieval city of Volkhof, which at that time gained great popularity among the population of the young, independent Dutch Republic due to patriotic associations with Claudius Civilis, the leader of the Batavian Revolt against Roman rule in AD 69. Through his marriage in 1658 to Cornelia Boschman, the widow of the regent Johann van den Corput, Aelbert gained wealth and rapidly increasing social importance, accompanied by holding numerous honorary positions such as deacon and elder of the Reformed Church in Dordrecht, to becoming a member of the High Court in South Holland. However, the exercise of these offices gradually brought his painting activities to a halt. Throughout his life, Aelbert Cuyp was almost unknown outside of Dordrecht. His painting style was initially continued by the brothers Abraham (1642 to 1722) and Barend van Caleriet (1650 to 1737). Often so closely that, also due to the same signature, AC, some works by Abraham van Caleriet were mistakenly attributed to Aelbert Cuyp. Both brothers must have been well acquainted with Aelbert, and it's believed that one of them was also his pupil. Although around 1750 some paintings attributed to Cuyp appeared in auctions in the Netherlands and London, his work received little attention until the end of the 18th century. However, this changed dramatically when a sales catalogue from 1774 described Aelbert Cuyp as being on par with Claude Lorraine. From then on, his works, or those attributed to him, frequently appeared in auction catalogs and fetched high prices. Numerous imitations and copies of his paintings were created. Cuyp was particularly esteemed in England, especially by his fellow painters William Turner and John Constable, who borrowed elements from his paintings. As a result, Cuyp's works are still predominantly found in English collections today, while they are scarcely represented in Dutch museums.